5 years ago, I was struggling. Like I remember, me being, that's back then when I used to smoke and I used to do all them extra things. So
Mm.
then, I kind of realized, that wasn't who I was. And then I kind of got into the art thing. And then I found that thing, stuck to it, kept grinding through all them years. I closed myself in and I kept pushing through everything that life decided to hit me with. Just push through, keep it going. No matter what nobody say, you're gonna have those days where you get thrown off track, or when you want to act up a couple of days. That's gonna come.
Mm.
But just know to bounce right back into the main focus and keep focused and keep doing what you're doing. Sooner or later, you're gonna reach your end goal, and you're gonna be successful at what you do if you truly want it. And write it down, journal.
Hell yeah.
I journal almost every day. Yeah, make sure you write it down and it'll come true. My name Cordell. I edit for Young Don. I do a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Uh, yeah, and that's the basis. I guess y'all learn more throughout this conversation.
Yeah, man. So I guess first of all, how did you get into kind of YouTube editing, all this kind of the video creation, or how'd you get into the scene basically?
So when I was younger, I think around like seventh grade or eighth grade, I wanted to get into YouTube, and around that time, Minecraft was big.
Yeah.
So I started doing like Minecraft videos and trying to edit my own Minecraft videos and trying to add like commentary behind it. And I did like Gary's mod, and I was doing basic things that people do back in the days. They play the games and then try to edit it or whatever and make it seem good. And I always like storytelling. Like I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I like the way Star Wars is edited. I like everything about Star Wars. I'm just the artistic person at heart. So I guess that brought me to editing overall. And I watched a lot of YouTube too. So
Nice. So it's like
that's
kind of the
that.
combination of a couple worlds. That's fire. Yeah, I like.
Yeah.
I really gotten into the editing stuff like just kind of recently. Maybe the last like
Hmm.
4 years like editing, and then obviously the last year just trying to get the YouTube off the ground.
Hmm.
But it is so much fun, like the creative aspect of it. How do you deal with
Yeah.
like, because the whole like YouTube a lot of the time these days is just like a lot of bullshit. Really, if you think about it, it's not very
Yeah.
like creative. How do you deal with like, I guess, getting past that?
Well, I try to hold on. What you mean by that?
Like
Like what you mean? How did I get better?
A lot of YouTube is just boring shit, like or the same shit because people like to watch the same type of shit. So like,
Right, right, right.
how do you, if I crank out that content, I'll probably get so bored. It becomes like more of a job at that point rather than an expression type thing.
Yeah, I understand that, 100%. I guess, even with editing Don videos, I kind of build like a formula, and it's reputation, or it's repetitive. So
Yeah.
I guess I try to I try to edit things on my own, or I try to do my own content to branch off from what I'm usually doing. So it's like a break from the usual, and it'll test my editing skills, or it'll kind of like hone my editing skills in a way. So I'll probably make my own video, or I have people that I used to edit for, or I have friends that make videos and shoot content. They'll shoot me their content and I edit for them, just to not get stuck in that groove
Mm,
of editing the same thing all the time, because I would get bored editing the same thing all the time, man. I hate that, man. I
hundred
hate it.
percent. Yeah. Yeah. Hundred. Like I could completely see that because. And do you feel like that? That it's kind of the same stuff over and over again in that regard?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I do feel like that sometimes. So, it kind of, I feel like that too, it kind of makes me want to go out and make different content
Mm,
and want to go out and do something different. Because with me also, like, I look at other people on YouTube and be like, dang, this channel doing the same thing as this channel. Now I want to do something different because it all just look the same. You feel
mm.
me?
Yeah. 100%.
So yeah, it made me want to branch out and try to create something different in a sense.
Yeah, man, and I guess when you see all this repetitive stuff, it kind of makes me personally just feel like, damn, people are gonna get sick of this very, very fucking soon, you know? So what do you kind of
Yeah.
foresee as the next thing? Because I made a video about it, and I think it's going to be people like me and you, like young people that are just hyper creative and really want to put a different spin on things, really give a new view, because I feel like everybody's just so sick of seeing like a reaction or like a stream Twitch chat with a video behind like in front of it reacting to shit, um,
Facts.
and all like the repetitive shit. Do you have any like thought about that?
Yeah, honestly, I was just thinking to myself earlier today. I was like, I honestly think it's gonna be people like me and you that's doing something different because I was looking back at your content before, just seeing what you was getting yourself into, and I see what you're trying to do, and I see the inspiration, like who you getting your inspiration from and things like that. And I like what you're doing. And then
Thank you,
it
bro.
was this other, no problem. It was this other editor that I seen. I think he edited for Sneako's for his new video with Don. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's this other editor.
Is it Musa?
He edited. Nah, not
Oh,
Musa,
another one.
not
Okay.
Musa. Yeah, it's another one. And he trying to do something similar. He trying to add like a twist to his edits and make his own creative content. And I see him coming up. He got like a couple of thousand followers or subscribers. So
Oh, it's Ari. Someone in the chat said Ari.
Ari,
Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
I haven't sussed it. I want to look at him now. That sounds cool.
Yeah, he wrong.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I kind of feel like. I feel like being a YouTube editor is very similar to being like a musical producer. You're like laying the track so that people can spit what they want
Yeah.
to say, and I feel like that's what I love to do. So right now
Mm.
I'm not the best at like maybe talking to the camera or uh, thinking of the best things to say or whatever, that like the rapping aspect of it, but I'm more into the
Right.
producing aspect of it, which is like the fire. That's like the thing that you're probably really really good at as well. And I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
can.
yeah, go sorry.
Nah, you can go. You can go.
Yeah, no, I just feel like it's the new wave of. I feel like it really is the future because if you think about it, it's only the logical progression from music, like a MP3 to like an MP4, basically. People want to be
Mm-hmm.
visually entertained as well as sonically entertained, and I feel
Facts.
like that's why YouTube is so like the thing that it is today. But I feel like it's also still in a very early stage in terms of what we're going to be able to do with this platform. What do you
Facts.
reckon? Do you reckon I'm being
I
like, is that like wishful thinking or?
fuck fuck no. I agree with you 100%, bro. Like it's crazy that you said that because I was thinking of it like that recently as well. Like we're basically like the producers of people that's trying to get their content out there.
Mm,
If you really think about it, without editors, YouTuber content wouldn't be what they have now. No, it's good YouTubers out there, but without their editor, they wouldn't be who they are right now. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like what I feel like editors, like me and you, we should come up from the background and start creating our own content.
mm.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough at the start because it's tough for me right now because that's what I'm trying to do. But it's gonna be tough from the start. But we should start coming out and doing our own thing because I feel like editing for somebody else kind of limits us in a way. But if we editing for ourselves, we can be creative however we want, whenever we want. We can change stuff up if we want to. You know what I'm saying? And it'll branch us out real huge. And I feel like that'll be a big. I feel like this can be something big on YouTube to be real.
100%.
Something up and coming.
Yes, sir.
Something up and coming.
Yeah, exactly right. You got your own channel? You should plug it.
Uh,
Plug it. I want to sauce.
I just made a channel and I'm finna start uploading some different type of videos. But I got one channel called Raw Noodles. I don't know if y'all probably never heard of it, but Raw Noodles. And then my new channel is called Cordell R. Y'all
I'll
can look it up right now, or whatever.
I'll just link it in the description, but you can send it to me later.
I bet. Yeah, Cordell R. Trying to do some different content. I don't know if you ever heard of Andy Two or Andy Toe.
No, no, let me know.
Yeah, he only record with his phone, but his editing is fire and it kind of make it, it make it style clean. But yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the way that I want to. That's the thing that I want to watch. I can't watch the fucking Mr. Beast type content anymore. It's annoying. You know,
Me
repetitive.
neither.
Yeah.
Me neither.
And like I said in the video that I made about it, it's you don't the replay value is not there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your favorite artist, your favorite movie, your favorite whatever, you watch it over and over and over because you get the message from it, and no matter what point in time that is, it's still relevant to you in one way or another. But if you watch like a fucking biggest toilet paper fort in Walmart, then like it's not giving you anything in terms of that, So,
Facts.
but yeah, how long did it
That's
take you to learn like all the skills that you kind of have honed today?
uh I probably, if I were to put like an overall time, it'll probably be like, I'll say I've been doing this for 2 years now. 2 years. It took me 2 years exactly. I'm still learning to this day. So 2 years, I'm still learning, and that's the overall time. But I guess it's like I knew some stuff before when I was younger and I was doing editing, but I took like a long break. So now, I'm picking it back up and trying to learn more. So that's 2 years is like a general time.
100%. And you use Premiere Pro?
I use DaVinci Resolve, but I'm trying to learn how to use Premiere Pro.
Yeah. I can't really.
So,
I use Vegas. I don't know. Premiere's
Sony Vegas,
yeah, yeah. Some crack Sony Vegas.
yeah, bro. I did the same thing, bro. Back then, I cracked Sony Vegas too.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's at. That's what you need to be at. But I feel like you should start using DaVinci. It's free and they got more stuff you can use from it.
Oh really? Is it a similar interface?
Uh, I haven't used Sony Vegas in a long time, but I know they have they just have more to offer, like color grading wise, and you can mess with the audio more, and it got all the basic editing stuff that you would use on Sony Vegas.
True. There you go. Yeah,
Yep.
I'll have a look into it. Um, but yeah, bro, that's kind of the thing that I love to see. Just like talking to the people, the producers, if you will, of the YouTube world. Because like you said, bro, this is where it's going. We're like the content creators. Okay, they can put themselves into the position maybe because they have, they can rap, they can freestyle, but they need someone to lay the foundation. And I feel like more and more
Facts.
and more people like you will just be like, bro, I seems using all this, or I can't be asked using all this expression that I have, but trying to fit it into a box of what someone else wants. So I feel like it is the way to go, and it's just so sick to me. I love it.
But I appreciate you, man, because especially with what you're doing, like reaching out to all these editors and people behind the scenes, you not. I know you finna blow, like 100%. I know you finna blow because who else is doing that? Nobody's doing what you're doing right now, at least not that I'm aware of. So, I say keep doing that because I feel like editors need more shine as well. You know what I'm saying? We kind of get left in the dust behind, bigger people. I know certain people like I seen when he was interviewing Musa, he likes to be undercover. He likes being behind the scenes and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So do I, but I still do feel like editors need some type of shine, you know what I'm saying? Some type of for people to recognize. I feel like the only people that really recognize is people that take a liking to editing. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah, 100%. And like when you make content that you want to make, or when you in the future when you do the stuff that you want to do, what kind of inspirations do you use in terms of, editing, content creation? Who do you kind of look up to in that regard?
I look up to everybody. So I look up to Sneeko. I look up to Don's old when he used to make his vlogs.
Mm.
I look up to gaming channels like I don't know if you know Afro Senju.
No.
Afro Senju editing, yeah, his editing is fire on his gaming channel. And I kind of look up to him too. I look up to professionals as well, like like I said, Star Wars. I really like the production on Star Wars and how dramatic it is sometimes. I really like dramatic, things that bring a dramatic feel to things. So it's a whole bunch of stuff. Even with, life. I just like telling a story through life.
Yeah.
Just seeing people walking by themselves on the street. You never know what they're going through, but you kind of imagine like, oh, they got their own story. you know, in this world full of a bunch of people, you just one person. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah, we're all
And I
like the
don't.
main characters in our little heads. Yeah,
Exactly. So
that's
that's like some form of inspiration as well. So
true. And what type of content would you want to make? Like thought provoking shit, deep, or kind of more storytelling, like getting a message out?
I feel like I'll do like more storytelling, getting the message out, and cinematic type of feel.
Mm,
Like I probably won't do too much deep thought provoking stuff, but I probably touch on that every now and then. But I really just want to tell a story with my videos and through my life and what I do, and give something people can relate to. Everybody needs something they can relate to.
exactly right. And we crave it, bro, because like majority of people just spend most of their time just consuming, especially YouTube videos and shit. Or even like
Exactly.
movies, music, it's the same kind of vibe. They're all looking for something to relate to identify with.
Exactly.
So yeah, um, that'll be sick, honestly. And I can't wait to see what someone like you will do, because you've gotten yourself into like the position you're in right now in what, 2 years less?
Yeah, less than 2 years.
Yeah, props to you, bro. How'd you even get into
Appreciate-
like the? How'd you get into contact with someone like Young Don?
Man, I think I seen him. I think it was like his first stream ever. I had showed up to his stream and then he had said, "Yo, I need an editor, hit my Gmail." So I emailed him on Gmail and then he hit me back the next day. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna have you edit. I'm gonna send you a video. I want you to edit it." Now before that, he asked me to send him some videos that I did, and he'll see if he want me to edit for him.
Mm.
So I sent him some videos, and he was like, "Yo, I mess with it, but I'm gonna send you this video. I want you to edit it within like a day, less than a day, and it's gonna be several other people they competing with you or whatever, and you got to get it done within that time." And I remember I was working at that time, and I had to work the next morning. And then so I had less than a couple of hours to get the video done. So I just stayed up all night, feel me, trying to get that video done. End up getting it done. I was tired. But I sent it to him. And then a couple of days later, he hit me back at work. He was like, "Yo, I messed with your video. I want you to be my editor." Da, da, da. And I was like, "Bet." And I quit my job the same day.
Oh yeah, that is so elite. Damn, that's kind of
Yeah,
inspiring.
yeah,
I fuck with that.
for sure, man.
So even did you like were you an early fan of his, and then you kind of just were in the early days, or was it more recent?
Yeah, I was a fan of his like around like a long time ago. I had to be in a sophomore in high school, and now I'm graduated. I think it's like my second year out of high school now. So yeah, I was a fan of his back then. So it's crazy that I'm editing for him or even get to meet him in person too. So
Yeah. What do you reckon of like the kind of thought provoking stuff? Do you feel like it has a place on YouTube anymore? Because I always kind of there's always this debate, right, between content creators whether you should have something deep and meaningful or something superficial that but has views. And if you
right.
honestly if you put it into the analytics, obviously the superficial stuff always wins. What do you reckon personally between like the split between making something that's actually good but nobody will see it versus making something that's good in superficial ways but people will see it? I guess it's like the quality, quality over quantity type thing.
I feel like I feel like you should make something good, but nobody will see it because at the end of the day, once you build up that audience, from your content that you're making, no matter what type of content that is, that audience that you build up, that you grinded, they'll stick with you heavy through thick and thin,
Mm.
no matter what. So I wouldn't start hopping on the bandwagon and doing superficial stuff, but I stick with whoever's out there, whatever y'all doing, just stick with it and just keep grinding. Even if you don't see the viewers coming in, because sooner or later they're gonna come in. Everybody, like we said earlier, everybody wants something to relate to, and
Mm.
it's 100 million people out here that think the same way you think. So there's gonna be some people that try to that find your content and they mess with it.
True. In terms of what you want to do you have any like future aspirations for your channel in terms of the bigger picture, the goals?
Yeah, I want to. Earlier this month, I told myself I wanted to create a movie in a sense. So I would say I'm not really focused on the amount of subscribers that I might get from this at the moment because I'm starting out from like 6. So I just really want to, like I said before, just tell a story, be able to tell a story with whatever I make in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Honestly, I'm just going with the flow. To be honest,
Yeah, that's the best way.
just just going with the flow.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm kind of doing as well. Like, obviously, there's like, yeah, I want 50,000, 100 billion subscribers, but at the end of the day, I don't even know. Do I want that? Is that just something that I want to validate myself for like 5 seconds and then I don't really give a shit about it? You know what I mean?
That's what I'd be thinking too. Like I'd be like, yeah, I want 1 million subscribers. Everybody want 1 million subscribers, but then what? Once I get 1 million subscribers, then what?
Mm,
You feel me?
mm.
So I feel like I want to, as cliche as it is, I want a deeper meaning behind what I'm doing and the content that I'm making, and honestly, just wing it, just go with the flow and have fun. That's all. That's all it is, man. Just having fun and enjoying what you do.
This is
That's why
true.
we do what we do, to enjoy it.
Yeah. I got a question. So, for those of us who are not familiar with the job, what is life like employed in a career, in brackets, channel editor that's relatively new?
Uh, so repeat that again.
So he says,
What you-
for those of us who are not familiar with the job of being an editor, what is life like in that career, being that it's relatively
Oh,
new?
okay, okay. Time consuming, and it takes a lot of patience. Just got to be patient. It's very time consuming, and you really got to like editing
Mm.
because it takes up most of your day. So you really got to like what you do when you're doing it. Learn to take breaks as well. You're gonna need it.
Yeah, bad. I'm the worst at that, especially when I'm obsessed with something.
I am too. I be staying up all night.
Mm. But
I
that's
be staying
good.
up all night.
That's good, man. I'd rather do that than work a shitty job. Do you still work like another job, or you just straight editing now?
Straight editing though.
Damn, that's elite. That is elite,
Mm, that is.
man. I'm just so optimistic about it, and I feel like just the whole sphere. I feel like there is a revolution incoming, you know, and
I believe it, man.
it's a collective thing. Cause bro, all like we have all the TikTok shit, fair enough, fine. The YouTube Shorts shit, fair enough, fine. That's 15 seconds. It's not. It doesn't convert. It doesn't make you into real. Doesn't make you give you real people that fuck with you. You know what I'm. You know what I mean?
Bro, yes, bro. Like I'm thinking the same thing. Honestly, I had deleted TikTok for the longest, but I downloaded it recently, and looking
Bro,
back,
you got
I'm
roped
looking
back
back.
in.
Yes, bro. I'm looking back and I'm like, yo, it ain't even worth it being on here. I
Mm,
would rather put out something, 15 minutes, 20 minutes long and somebody watching it all the way through.
mm,
And, because they actually genuinely like it. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
So,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
my biggest struggle, bro. Cause like you see all the analytics and shit, and you're just like, bro, the average. So like, if I make like a relatively longer video or a longer video that maybe isn't, it's like more niche, so it's not as broad. Um, it's not as generally. Fuck, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you see that like majority of people watch like 2 minutes out of 15. You know what I mean? And it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, that's a
Guys,
big thing with me right now. But I know it's still early days.
bro, I remember when I was starting my YouTube channel, my other one, uh, and I used to make longer videos and I used to see that. I think I think that's what put the fear in people to, quit
Yeah,
what they doing.
yeah,
And then, they might have something good, but then they quit early. And that's thing, they'll never find out what they could have had.
yeah, 100%. Do you have any other passions like outside of editing and outside of content that maybe influence what
Yeah.
you do?
I like architecture. I like to draw
Hell yeah.
architecture a lot. So I'm big on perspective drawing. I like photography. I used to go out and take pictures all the time, but now I don't. I don't really have time to take pictures like that. Uh, I like music a lot as well, and I feel like that really influences what I do editing wise.
100%.
I like music, beats and things of that nature.
True.
Uh,
Who's your favorite artist, or like that you can think of?
mm, I don't really have a favorite artist right now, but I'm big on uh, who am I listening to at the moment? I'm listening to older music right now, so I say like the Isley Brothers and
Oh hell yeah.
things like that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
mess with them?
yeah. No, I just
Yeah,
like I like samples. So I know I feel like I've Joey Badass has sampled a lot of the Isley Brothers.
yeah.
Um,
Joey Badass has a lot of
yeah,
older samples.
yeah. The Isley Brothers are tight.
Yeah, so I'm just like I said, I'm just a very artistic person. I like everything art.
Mm, that's the future, man. I love that shit. And bro, that's
It
probably
is
why like I DM'd you, not even consciously knowing it, just like this vibe that like yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about in terms of expression. It's fire.
I appreciate that too, man. I love to see people like you out here, man.
Love. It's all love. But
For
yeah,
sure.
Joey Badass about to drop a new album. I'm G'd as hell for that. I'm keen.
For real.
Yeah.
I might have to give it a listen. I'm open to listen to new music. I don't really listen to him like that, but I do be seeing his samples on YouTube when I be looking for beats and things like that for YouTube videos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I might give it a listen.
Yeah, he's probably one of the best one of my favorite modern artists. I think. Either
Would you
that.
think would you say he played a huge role in what you're doing now?
I feel like he's starting to. I think the
Mm,
majority it would be probably Kanye because everyone loves Kanye.
facts.
But yeah, Joey Badass. It's just that kind of vibe that I've kind of growing into the kind of his kind of era, the kind of
Hmm.
'90s, early '90s, late '90s kind of that
You
aesthetic.
you you like that aesthetic? That's crazy because that's kind of what I want to generalize my videos, give it that type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? That '90s vibe.
100%.
I love that '90s vibe. I'm real big on '90s films as well.
True. What are favorite films? Because films, you know what? Films are like I reckon my best videos that I've ever produced
Yeah,
are very heavily referential on really sick films.
facts. Like what would you say is your favorite '90s film?
'90s, I don't know about '90s, but there's just so
What
many
about it?
in general. Damn, there's so many to choose from, bro. It's hard to like. Recently, I've been really interested in um like I've been looking at that Nightcrawler stuff, that type of vibe. I feel like that is
Mm,
such a hard because it's like a really deep and dramatic and hard hitting type of vibe, but it's also got the
mm.
message behind it. It's like, bro, we're watching all these news media outlets and they're being run by cunts like this. You know what I mean?
Yes, bro. That's crazy too, because like I think about all that stuff, but I don't really think about making content on it.
Mm,
But it's crazy that we're following the media. Well, I wouldn't say we are, but you know, our generation or people that we look at around, they following the media, but don't know who they following or
mm,
why they following them. They just following them just to follow them. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
And
Yeah.
and that's what TikTok is too. TikTok is a basically a drug. TikTok is a drug in its own sense. So it's kind of
100%.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bad like everything is kind of a drug when you think about it, but it's a bad one. It's a one that kind of fucks with your brain, you know. And that's why I
Facts.
feel like this I don't know. I feel like this delusional need to fucking to put a stop to that because we like if you think about it, the only people that can change the world right now is us, right?
That's facts.
You know what
That's
I mean?
facts.
And by becoming the alternative media, because like before the internet, right? There was nowhere that someone could go to actually get a different perspective. It was all controlled by like the fucking top five media companies, which is all basically run by two or three like corporate entities anyway. So it all comes from the same
Facts.
place, yeah. But now we have alternative means of media, and it's actually getting attention.
Right.
And it's kind of like that transition phase where it goes from, the old that way what I was just talking about and the new way. We're like right here in like that period of like 10, 15 years.
And that's crazy because I believe it's, like you said, it's about to be that time where the shift happens to where, it's a reaction channel, it's reaction videos and, people doing this and that. There's about to be a shift into the new generation. And, it's about that time as, people like me and you, we come up and we do our own thing.
100%, 100%.
And
Because once people
make
get a
the name for
taste of it,
ourselves.
then we're all like, it's all gonna happen. Because then everybody, this is what I said in one of my videos as well. Everybody follows the person on top. Yeah. If
Facts.
the people on top right now aren't very, they don't really have, in my opinion, then it's not really beneficial to anything really. It's kind of just like mind-numbing content. But when the time comes that someone who actually produces fucking thought-provoking shit or just beneficial things in general, that type of
Right.
content, everyone starts to copy that, bro, it's game over. Sorry, go.
Nah, you good. I'm just agreeing with you. Once they get on the wave, they on the wave, and then everybody else, start following behind.
100%. But it's a learned thing. People aren't gonna be able to copy it because people like you spend fucking years just honing the craft before you even get recognized.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yes, bro. Yes. What do you feel about? Do you think? Do you? I feel like in a sense, you know, sometimes I get to like this aggravating feeling, like, oh, you know, videos nowadays is just somebody copying the other, and it's so easy. They're not really putting no effort into it or no thought into it, and it's just they just do it and then put it out real quick. How does that make you feel?
Uh, it makes me feel annoyed because they get fucking the most attention. For the most
Same.
part. For the most part.
Yeah,
But at the same time, it's like those people kind of put a lot of work in to get to the position where they get a lot of attention in the first place.
that's
So
true.
I can't really
That's
be
true.
mad at it per se. But also, it kind of just fucking activates the part of my brain that just compares. And then you're comparing yourself with people that are like 5 years in ahead of you. You know what I mean? 10 years in
Facts.
ahead of you. Like Sneako's fucking been in this shit for 10 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. And look at where he at right now.
Mm.
Look at where he at. So I I I do that too. Like I'll go back at people's channels and then I go to view by older and I look at their older videos
Yeah,
and see where they came from. And then
100%.
it kind of give me like a motivation to keep on going.
Yep. Yep. A lot of people be like taking their videos off though.
I
Hide
know I'll
them.
be seeing.
Yeah. It's the same thing with artists, bro. They get in the deals, they finesse some way into some situation, and then they it's like they climb the ladder and then they hide the ladder. They bring it back up with them. They fucking,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
Yep. They don't want to show how they came up.
Yeah. I saw this video about this interview that Young Thug did. Yeah, Young Thug did, talking about how um he knew he was getting to like a shitty record deal when he signed it, but he had a plan. He knew how to get out of the deal. He just needed the platform. So I feel like that is also really inspiring and something that a lot of people don't really think about. I was like, oh shit, he knew he was getting into he was getting fucked by the label, but
But he still find a way to get out of it.
but now I guess he's fucking behind bars. So
Yeah. So bad, so sad, man.
yeah,
But you gotta learn how to stay on the right path and keep grinding.
100%, 100%. Do you have like a message that you wanted to? Sometimes I ask the question, if you had like a message for yourself, maybe 10 years into the future, or maybe a younger version of yourself, what would you tell that person?
I probably tell them keep going. Don't stop because at the end of the tunnel is still light. I
Yeah,
feel like sometimes we kind of get stuck and we think it's things not gonna turn out good. But I just tell them to keep going. Actually, I honestly won't tell them nothing because look where I am today.
yeah.
You know, he'll get
Bro,
here
that's honestly a
eventually.
fucking smart answer. I don't think anyone's ever said that before.
He'll get here eventually.
Yeah, damn, that's kind of work. I like that. That's sick.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, bro.
Who would you say your favorite person you interviewed since then?
Uh, I don't know. Favorite interview? Probably I interviewed the creative director of Yeezy.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he literally just got appointed. Like he's been in the sneaker game. I'm a big sneaker. Well, I used to be a big sneakerhead, but I still appreciate the craft. And
Mm.
he's been in the industry for like 30 years, and he's been at all the big brands: Reebok, Adidas, Nike, now Yeezy. He's made some of like the most influential shoes. He made a lot of the New Balance like 997, 995, 990. He made
Mm-hmm.
he made the Vapor Maxes. He made all these models, which actually I'll get it up on my phone. Hold on, I made a community post about it. But the other day, like 2 days ago, he got appointed as the head of Donda Industrial something or other.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of crazy. And all I did was DM him. Like all you have to do is just fucking ask. Yeah.
Which
So it
is
says, what is this? It says with 37 years of experience in sporting goods, blah 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 blah. He's head of Donda Industrial Design. New Balance 574, 550, 997, 996, 640, 1500. Heaps of Adidas models. He did the Nike Shocks. He did the Yeezy 700s. He worked with Salomon, the Yeezy 500s, the Yeezy Desert Boot,
that's
the Foam Runners. He did so many more. He did the Spiridons. He did so many sneaker models.
that's crazy.
And he's he gave me a lot of. It wasn't just like that. He's good at what he does. He's just a good guy, you know.
Right.
Like it's like you can judge a person's character by what they do for somebody who can't do anything for them, right? And like I'm just like
Right.
some little kid that I'm like, sir, could I please have an interview with you or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like you inspire me a lot too. You give me that drive to keep going. I
Thank you, bro. Yeah,
remember,
that's the
nah,
mission.
for sure. I remember seeing and then checking out your channel, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. I was talking to my girl, and I was telling her, I was like, yo, it's this one guy. He gonna come up. I can tell.
You
I can
reckon?
see by like, bro. I know. Like, ain't no doubt about it, bro. You gonna come up.
Man, I feel like it's
Well,
gonna get even better from now. I got some shit on the way that's just a lot better than what I've been doing recently. So I hope so, man.
yeah, keep it on the low until it's ready for it to come out, and
Yeah,
then once you bring it out, that's when it get real. It get
yeah,
real.
yeah. That's the problem. I don't know about you, but I'm impatient as fuck.
Same.
Like
I
it's,
am too. It's like it's a mix between like I'm patient, but then I'm impatient with certain things.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I
So
completely understand.
and it feels like I'm patient when other people work, but when it comes to my own work, I'm impatient, which is
Mm.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, like I have a really
Yeah.
good idea, and I know it's nowhere near the final product, but I'm just like, I want to get this out right now. I want people to see this. Like, this is sick. But I just need to
Mhm.
get over that, I guess, and just fucking. Because, like, I've got shit in the editing process right now, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is elite. Like, you know, that first time you do something kind of sick, and you're just like, oh my, like, you get those, like, little tingles. I don't know. This sounds kind of fucking. Sounds kind of fruity,
The
but yeah.
fuck? Nah, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about because that's how I be, man. Like, I I love editing so much, dog.
Yeah.
You know, especially with the project that I'm doing right now. I'm just ready for it. I'm ready to drop it. I'm ready to, but I know it still need work. I'm still studying other people, trying to see how they edit themselves,
Yeah.
and then add. Because that's another thing too. Uh, I feel like you shouldn't be afraid to take from other people. You know,
Yeah.
take other people's styles or whatever they do, because at the end of the day, if you take it, then you can like mix it up a little bit and then make it into your own in a way.
100%, bro. That's like the same thing as sampling. But you know what? People come at
Mhm.
you in the comments for it. They're like, "Oh, you're copying this style, copying that style." You're just like, bro, what? Shut the fuck
Man,
up, man.
yeah, man. Fuck them people in the comments, dog.
Yeah. I honestly
They
don't have
not
that
doing.
many, but when you see it, it's just like, ah,
Yeah, they not doing what you doing. You putting yourself out there. We putting ourselves out there in a way. They not doing that.
Yeah, 100%. And nobody above you will ever fucking hate on you. You know, it's only the people that are below you.
Exactly.
Yeah. We got a
Exactly.
question again. What's the best method on getting a larger audience? Says Shiva Shine.
Consistency. Consistency. Keep putting your stuff out there, and then people gonna keep seeing it. And then sooner or later, people gonna share it to their friends, and then their friends gonna share it to their friends, and then it's a domino effect. It's gonna keep going.
Yes, sir. 100%.
That's what. That's how Don got his second channel to blow. Consistency. We just kept uploading. I was editing like 5 videos a day, getting it
Damn.
out there. So I promise you, dog. And we just kept going, and now it's at almost like 250,000.
Damn, bro. 5 videos a day is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
But yeah, man, that's literally what I was doing last night. Fucking being impatient, working on this thing. What's the thing that you're most proud of that you've done?
that I'm almost proud of.
That you're most proud of, yeah.
That I'm most proud of. Freaking a lot of things. I say being able to quit my job and just edit. That's my job. That's what I'm most proud of. Having the courage to be able to quit and you know go into what I want to do and just do it. Just having the courage to move out here to Texas, you know, from where I once stayed, and not looking back. That's what I'm most proud of.
100%. Yeah, that's like super inspiring. I didn't quit my job. I still technically work there, but I just haven't had a shift in like fucking 6 weeks because I just pissed off everyone there.
Yeah, man.
Like I said,
It's a
fucking
sign,
nothing.
bro.
Yeah. In terms of like pieces of like videos, things that you've created, what do you think you're most proud of in that aspect?
In that aspect, uh, I did this one. I did this one advertisement for this bookstore. It was I had to combine a bunch of clips and make it look presentable. I really like that one. It took, and the dude gave me kind of bad clips, so I
Mm.
had to make the best of what I had, and I feel like I did a pretty good job with that.
Hell yeah.
And I
So you've
really
been
like
getting
that. Yeah,
like freelance jobs as well.
yeah.
Damn, that's elite. Did you have that before the YouTube editing stuff, or is that as like a side benefit?
I feel like it was more as a side benefit because once people see you start editing for like somebody big, they'll try to hop on you and be like, "Oh, you can edit for me, edit edit this or edit that." And
Mm.
some people really, you have people out there that be BS and then be like, "Oh, I want you to edit this," but they never hit you up or anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I say it's a perk for editing for YouTube.
True. You should create like a portfolio that you can. Do you have? Or surely you have a portfolio that people can see the work you've done.
I don't.
Bro, what are you
I don't.
doing?
I told you I'm going with the flow, man. Going with the flow.
Yeah, not
Like
fair
I
enough.
haven't. Yeah, I wanted to start a portfolio, but I've been so busy with doing other things. I really haven't. It's an excuse, but I haven't sat down and put a portfolio together. I have things that I've edited myself, and I could put that in there, but I just haven't sat down and did that.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
because that's how you kind of get those roles, I guess. If you want to like work in like a movie per se. Bro, I
Mm-hmm.
found this really good like kind of small channel about how to make short films, like centered around
What's the
that.
what,
It was like this guy
what's the
that
name?
uh, it's called like wait, let me get it. It's called where the fuck is my phone? It was this guy. I found it because he had this video talking about how he became a Netflix, like he got a gig at Netflix. Bro, where the fuck did I put my phone?
I I think I seen that on my homepage one day.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Uh,
oh, I'm so fucking stupid. I DM'd him for an interview, but he didn't reply, so it's all G. Just pick yourself up after those ones.
You got to.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just like sick, and he's very uh, he knows what he's talking about, and he's very kind of efficient. What's the word? Not efficient, like he knows what to do, and he kind of knows how to fake it till you make it.
Mm, I see.
Let me see if I can find it. You're too loud. But that's like, there's a lot of tips that you probably could benefit from in that guy's content, and that's kind of the whole premise of like doing YouTube, like creating videos. Providing value.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find. Oh, Standard Story Company.
Standard Story Company.
Yeah.
How I became a Netflix video editor in 3 months.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't 3 months, obviously, but that's just the clickbait. But
The clickbait part of it.
yeah, you just leverage one job, leverage one mentor, and then he was in, basically.
Would you say do you have a mentor or anybody you look up to?
Yeah, I have people I look up to for sure, like influencers. A mentor, nah, bro. Because I'm in Australia. Yeah, there's really no one that I know personally that kind of is really even interested in anything like this. Musa, the Sneakers editor, he's young, he's younger than me, but he's like wise as hell though. He's fucking
Bro,
smart. Yeah.
I can tell. I watched that whole interview.
Yeah,
I watched that whole interview that you did with him.
He's crazy.
He's
Bro.
Isn't he like 19?
He's 18, I'm pretty sure. Maybe 19.
18.
Can't remember.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But no mentors right now, but I'd be down. What do you think, like, who do you think would be a good mentor?
Shoot.
Because, like, I don't want to be mentored by some fucking clout chasing YouTuber, you know? I want to be mentored by, like, someone good.
Me neither. I say, because I don't really know no mentors either. I ain't never really had any mentors for it. Yeah, I don't know. You know, it'd be cool to have one though.
Yeah. I got another question that says, I think this is for me. I noticed you take huge inspiration from Sneeko. Do you ever think your content resembles his a little too much? I feel like at times, because that's how I started. Like, obviously, I watched channels like Sneeko's, and it inspired me to create videos and stuff. But too much, maybe in some videos, in the earlier ones. But I feel like now I'm actually, like, it's only recently that I learned how to actually blend kind of different styles and not just fucking copy the exact same video, just a different idea or something like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see the resemblance as well, but I can see you doing your own thing though.
100%. Yeah, thank you. Because I get comments. I'll show you this comment I got. And I'm kind of bad for letting this kind of get to me a bit, but
it happens.
Let's see where it is. It was like this long as fuck comment as well. Oh, bro,
that just means you getting publicity too.
You reckon? I get heaps of long comments, but like
somebody taking the time out to comment on your video, they watched it.
There you go, not wrong. Oh, bro, this is still. Alright, so. Where the fuck is it? Hold on, my bad. Alright, so it says, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to open up and address societal issues like Sneeko. But I keep getting compared. This is bullshit, but I did it to myself, honestly. This video was pretty boring because you were talking primarily about yourself. It works when Sneeko does it because he has developed that authority and reliability through years of being on YouTube, and his audience know what they want. As someone who's recently stumbled onto your channel, it seems to be consisting of waffling, question mark. You aren't addressing any issue, which blah 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 does in his video while he's talking about himself. A lot of the things that you've said seems kind of vague too. As an outsider, I have no clue what you're talking about. You could use concrete examples or quotes to make blah 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 blah. And it just says, take what you want out of my advice. I'm just a random person on the internet. But I looked at the video and I was like, damn, I kind of am talking about myself, but I feel like that is the only way that I can relate to other people by my experiences, you know.
I mean, that's true. I feel like once, you know, I feel like that wasn't that bad. That was kind of respectful.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
I don't really care about the disrespect. I care more about the if people watch the videos and don't get like, I want them to feel some shit, like inspired or like some type of way. But if you just feel like that about it, it's like
I feel like you talking about yourself is a way to have people inspired by it. Just talk about your own problems or what you go through throughout like a daily basis and
mm,
things like that. Sooner or later, you're gonna have somebody hook on. They can be like, oh, I can relate with this guy. I feel like a lot of people like Sneeko videos because they can relate with what he has, what he has to say, or what he talks about. They can be like, oh, I think about that on a daily basis as well. Me and Sneeko are similar.
mm,
They probably gonna say the same about you if talk about yourself.
there you go.
That's my personal opinion, though.
Yeah, not 100%. I respect it. I respect it. Yeah, what about you, bro? In terms of movies and stuff, what do you kind of rate?
What you mean, like?
What do you gravitate to in terms of films that you like to watch?
Uh, I like deep stuff. I like psychological things,
Yeah, psych
things that make
thrillers.
yeah,
Yeah, those are
they
really.
really gotta. It's this anime called Monster. I really mess with that anime. Uh, I mess with things that really I like people. I like learning about people and learning what people think, why they think, or what makes them think the way they do, what makes them take certain, actions on certain things and why. I just like knowing why. Uh,
Yeah.
so I like movies based on those type of things.
Yeah, bro. I like knowing why as well, but then it gets to a point. Like I went through this whole phase of just being super skeptical about everything, and I
Hmm.
was like, why, and it kind of drove me a bit fucking insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
Yeah, it's scary. I always had the saying where the truth is scary. I feel like that's why people are like, scared of the answer. They scared to look for the truth, or they scared to find the truth in a sense because it is scary to know,
100%,
in a sense.
100%, yeah. Because it's the most jarring thing. It's like it's cliche, but you know how people say, the truth. What is it? The truth will set you free, but first it's gonna piss you off. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's true. It's true. Literally, it's true.
But for me, it got to
Crazy,
the
man.
point where I was just like questioning all this shit, and then I was kind of making conclusions in my own head that don't really have any real credibility, but I would instantly believe it because I thought about it. You know.
But it gets to a point where you gotta. I feel like if you do things like that, you gotta do the research yourself. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
You gotta go. You gotta go read into yourself and look through some books or some shit. Because if you sitting there trying to find the answer on your own through your own head, it's gonna drive you crazy.
Yeah, but even then, because like I was really, because like when you really boil it down, a lot of the shit in this world isn't true. There's like is an aspect of fakeness to it. A lot of things, and when you grow up
That's
with
true.
that mindset, because I always been somebody who's just always questioning and always not really showing respect for any type of established authority. Like I always hated just
Right.
authority figures. Not hated, but just had was less likely to, you know, to listen or whatever. And then when you go
I
through that,
agree.
you get through like your childhood and all, even like the little shit, right? Like I know this is a dumb example, but like fucking Santa Claus, shit is fake. You wake up to
Right.
like the news. Oh, that's like the thing that we think is, you know, just people telling us what's going on in the world, news media and shit, fake as well. You know,
Hmm.
influencers, artists, actors playing fake people, fake roles, all that shit. There's kind of bad examples. I probably could have some better ones if I thought about it, but I feel like you know what I mean. And then you just
I
kind of
do
you
100%.
lose like credibility for kind of anything.
That's true.
Mm.
I think I had the same. I think I go through the same thing. With the news, or even before I had met. I was skeptical on meeting Don because I thought he was fake, and I thought what he's shown on the internet wasn't how he was in person. But you know, how y'all see him on the internet is literally what you get in person. I feel
Damn,
like
really?
yeah, that's what drawn me to him even more. He's more laid back though. He's not really screaming all the time
Yeah,
in
yeah,
real
yeah.
life.
Yeah.
But
It's the same,
he
just a bit more animated. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, that's why I mess with him a lot more because he was more real to who he is. I always believe YouTubers was fake. you know, they act one way on the internet and then turn the camera off and there's somebody totally different. The news is fake. They'll filter things, hide things. So, make it perceive it in a way that they want it to be perceived.
Mm.
Even with the government, they hide things as well. And I don't know that I be thinking about the same thing sometimes.
Mm. Crazy. And then you add like
Yeah, like
fucking psychedelics into the mix, and you're just like, oh shit, now it's really
life is
going.
life is crazy.
Yeah, you ever tried such like shit like that, like psychs?
Nah, I never been into that.
Yeah, true. I did like I've done that like a couple times, nothing crazy, just to try, and I had some pretty
Mm.
like cooked experiences.
Nah, shoot.
Yeah, but I feel
Yeah, I
like
know people.
nothing bad per se, because like bad is subjective, right? Like
It is weird.
if I even if I perceive it as negative, it might not be. Like if you perceive like going to the gym or some shit, like you're literally hurting yourself. Like it's a negative thing when you look at it in isolation, but then when you look at it, it's in the big picture. It's just growth, you know.
At the end of the day, exactly.
Yeah, and that's one of the things about Musa that was kind of sick. Like his faith, he's like very, um, kind of he aligns with the beliefs of his faith,
Hmm.
and that faith kind of is very strict in terms of no alcohol, no drugs, no sex until marriage or whatever,
Hmm.
all these type of things, and I feel like me being me, like, cause I just fucking hated any authority when I was like a bit younger. There was no way I was gonna do that, but I feel like it benefits people a lot.
It does. I feel like people who've grown up in with me, I've been through a decent amount of things when I was younger,
Mm.
and now I'm more, I try to subscribe to a religion. I feel like I'm more Christian now,
Yeah,
and I feel like my head's on straight now. Now that I've been through what I've been through, and it helps me get through life much easier. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So
Yeah, yeah. That was the same as me. Like I grew up in a Christian household, and then you come to the point where you question it, and it's just like it's meant to be questioned. That's the like kind of the good part about it. Like you go through it and you're
exactly.
like, what the fuck? Who's God? Who's this? What does that mean? And then you kind of realize that some of the shit you take, some of the shit you keep, but for the
Hmm.
most part, if you follow these like I don't know, like if you follow let's say like the 10 Commandments or some shit, bro, you're gonna live a
Hmm.
fucking virtuous life, and it's gonna help you in the long run. But people are so fixated on like the oh no Jesus like God hates like gays, like all this dumb shit.
Yeah,
They don't see the actual message behind it.
exactly. People are delusional, dog. People are delusional.
Mm,
And the internet is delusional nowadays,
mm,
in my opinion.
mm.
People are so fixated on being different or viewing things in a different way. Trying to follow the crowd in a sense
Mm.
that nobody can think for themselves anymore. So, people get so caught up on ah da da da. I don't know, but I feel like people just get so caught up in what other people think, and it throw people off course.
Yeah, bro, and that's like the TikTok thing. It's just like a massive fucking echo chamber. But at the same time,
Yep,
bro, social media isn't it just like it's just a mirror of what we are as human beings. Like it's all just us.
facts.
But like there's like that. It is all just us, but it's also these things have been like intentionally created to fucking in some way control your mind.
Facts. Yeah, I'll be thinking. I seen this one video on YouTube. It was like this TikTok manager. She had like a group of kids. I guess she managed their TikTok accounts,
Yeah.
and she controlled them in a way. And I'm like, yo, this is kind of sick. Like you got these people making TikTok videos in a house, a bunch of kids with no rules or regulations, and you just taking their money and keep on moving.
Fuck.
And they just sitting in there, no rules or nothing, making TikToks every single day. And I don't know, it that just ain't sit right with me.
Yeah, no, 100%. Everything like I've never had like the only time I downloaded TikTok was to like post shit, and then even then I got sick of posting shit. You know. But anyway,
Facts.
Gianti, how you on, man? He says, I see spirituality as a combination between religion, philosophy, science, and art. Religion. It's actually kind of interesting that he said that because there is a huge correlation between. I don't know if you've heard about this, but there's a lot of in the higher IQ brackets. Like as you go up in IQ, people are more likely to have like a spiritual inclination for whatever reason, or like a faith base,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting as hell to me because when you think about it, when you interface with the world in general, like logic and science and shit, you like conflate people that are smart and logical with people that are scientific and maybe like have like an atheistic view on things because you can't
Mm-hmm.
prove it, you can't prove it, and all that mentality. But it's
Right.
interesting that the smarter people are in general, the more likely they are to believe in a higher power or subscribe to
Right.
some faith base. But he says religion is essential in my opinion because it provides foundation and discipline to live your life in a certain way. 100%.
I agree. 100%. I agree. I think that I've always been taught that there's a balance between both religion and science. There's a science behind everything,
Mm,
and it's good to subscribe to some form of religion. You know, whatever you believe in, it's good to subscribe to something. It
100%.
like you said, as foundation.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're both trying to do the same thing. They're both trying to explain or give us a purpose in life. And there's one view, like there's some. I always like. I was thinking about this last night actually, because I'm making a video surrounding the topic of death. But I was thinking like, you can be fulfilled with like having an atheistic view on things. Well, atheism, it's like in two branches. It's like either nihilism, which is like you don't give a shit about anything, like nothing matters, all that type of shit, or you can view death as the thing that makes your life super super valuable because it's gonna end one day. And
Hmm.
then religion tries to do like some type of like take it another way and say, no, there's life after death, and you're doing things in this life to help you for the next one or something like that. I don't know if I'm
Hmm.
being completely coherent with it, but have you had
I
any
kind of
like
understand.
experiences like just in terms of thinking about that and how that's kind of changed you as a person? Maybe like how religion has changed.
Yeah. I feel like before I kind of thought I was just spiritual.
Mm.
I wanted to be just spiritual, but sooner or later I kind of realized like being just spiritual, it doesn't really get you nowhere. You just give yourself a label. Oh, I'm just spiritual, so you won't have to go through the trouble of trying to find a religion.
Mm.
Religion helped me. I feel like it kept me in track. You know, it kept me. It kept me on the right path. It kept me. I wouldn't do certain things. Like I kind of. I don't know. I just felt like it kept me moving forward. Honestly, I feel like it brought me here where I am today. You know, just the fact that it kept me in line and believing. I don't know. Honestly, that's crazy. That's crazy. I never really think about it like that.
Yeah, it does keep you in line. And like the thing is, I thought at a point that I'd be like, nah, there's no way I'm gonna be following this for my life. And to a degree, I don't.
I,
I kind of believe. I'm not gonna say like I'm not gonna commit to one religion, but there's I feel like they're all based on one thing anyway. Like if you look at the five Abrahamic religions, the five world religions, like Judaism, Islam, Christianity, and then you got Buddhism and Hinduism. They're all very fucking similar in a lot of ways. It's very like it's kind of spooky in some instances how similar they are.
that's true. I thought, what if all these religions just broke off of one thing? You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
exactly.
And then they
Yeah.
just broke off into their own thing. It's a highly chance that happened. Um, but I was that same way. I didn't want to subscribe to nothing. I just wanted to be spiritual. But then, I seen the benefit behind, choosing religion. And I feel like even religion helps with relationships. So say if you like get married or anything,
Mm,
it'll help you with that as well.
100%. Because that's like basically our entire lives, bro. They're just relationships. That's pretty much like
Exactly.
if you have shitty relationships, you have a shitty life, effectively.
The facts,
Yeah.
life is based off of relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like every we go throughout our days trying to talk to people just to have a certain type of relationship.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's kind of what the internet, I guess, tries to replicate. Like back in the day where you would have like communities and shit, or like big families. Nowadays it's less. We're less connected, but we're more. But like we do the connection through the internet, and even like
Mm-hmm.
that content creation or the YouTube thing. Why it's so popular? It's because the people watching now and the people that will watch this, they're like hanging out with me and you. It's like we're just kicking it as homies, you know. It's
Yo,
having like,
that's
yeah. Sorry, go.
nah. You good? You good? I was just agreeing with you. I was gonna say that's facts.
Yeah. So it's like interesting when you really think about it, how it's just honestly like the things that, and this is something to be said for like traditionalism and stuff like that, like uh in terms of like religious belief, like the same thing that's worked for fucking hundreds and or like thousands of years is the same thing that will continue to work, but we try to divert away from it because of like new age things, or we think we're different as a, yeah, as we go through time, but really, bro, you know, like the West was just built off of Judeo-Christian values. It was built off of fucking, like, we have our philosophy from there, we have our politics from there, we have our morality from there. Every single
Mm-hmm.
thing that like we view as normal in the West is at some level influenced by like ancient Greeks or ancient Romans or some shit like that, and they all followed similar religions.
Right.
Yeah,
And it's crazy that you related the internet towards family because that's so true. You know, I feel like people, get on YouTube or they get on the internet trying to find family because their family at home isn't put together as nicely as they wanted to be put together.
exactly, bro.
I
And
can relate.
yeah, bro, because and it's a thing, man. The family unit is under attack.
It is.
You know, there's so many things that are just, you know, antithetical to fucking to just the creation of the family unit.
Nah, I agree 100%.
Yeah,
It's a lot of things, you know, it's a lot of things that people promote nowadays that, that's destroying the families, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, 100%. And like you
So
say, shit. This is what I mean by this is all the alternative fucking media sources. Like nobody's really gonna, like if you say this, nobody's really gonna pay it any attention. Even though if they implement all this
no.
shit, it will benefit them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the kind of
Yep.
the frustration aspect of it. It's like, bro, you have like empirical and anecdotal evidence, like from your own experience, and you just fucking,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You just disregard it, just to disregard it
yeah. It's
because you feel
because,
like what you
yeah, sorry,
nah, you good. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's gonna say the same thing anyway.
yeah. Um, no, I don't know. It's just that dopamine stuff. Like if you can give them the same hit of dopamine that they get from watching a stupid fucking bitch dancing on TikTok, in like a, that's what I'm trying to do, I guess, realistically. Give the same amount of dopamine because that's what we all want, really, just simple dopamine.
But
But if you can give it to them with a message, that's way better than, um,
watching a whole twerk on Instagram
yeah, exactly,
or
exactly,
on TikTok,
yeah, or
yeah.
yeah, or consuming the fear porn, like, oh, there's another school shooting, like, or
Yeah.
like the Nightcrawler shit. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's a good one. Jake Gyllenhaal. It's a good one.
The Nightcrawler.
Yeah, Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah. Bro, you know what's
Yeah,
crazy? I
I
never watched Star Wars.
really
Yeah. I feel like I
great,
need to.
great. Yeah, watch it. The Disney Channel stuff is kind of trash, but old Star Wars is good because Disney Channel bought Star Wars, so now they kind of doing their own thing with it or whatever.
Mm.
It's I don't really like it like that, but it's alright. But I'll say, watch like the old Star Wars, the old episodes, and then watch the Clone Wars, and you'll be satisfied.
Hell yeah, yeah. I gotta get into it. I haven't been watching much recently because I'm just fucking obsessed with, like, I can't stop just making videos. I'm obsessed with this shit.
That's good, man.
Yeah,
I like the drive. I like that drive.
yeah,
That's how I was at the beginning of editing. I just do it day and night. And I used to have people, oh, you need to take a break. Da, da, da. I'm like, no, I can't take a break. I got to keep going.
yeah, yeah,
And I just keep going and doing what I was doing. Look where it got me, so can't complain.
Exactly. Do you have people like that, like just people like with the self-limiting beliefs and shit that you had to work with, or people like even um just telling you like you can't make a YouTube channel, you can't do this, you can't like why are you quitting your
Yeah,
job? Like how do you deal with that?
yeah. I just ignore it. Like I think my mom was that at one point in time, but
Yeah.
she kind of changed. I think her perspective changed now that she's seeing where I am right now.
Mm.
But she was like, "Yo," she never said I couldn't do anything, but you can tell to me doing what I'm doing now. Then you have people that I feel like people don't really say you can't do anything, but they'll hint at, "Oh, I don't believe in you in a
Yeah,
way." You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It
Yeah.
won't be it won't be nothing direct. Uh,
Yeah,
I
man.
feel
That's
like
sorry, go.
no, I was gonna say I feel like people told me that, but I just ignore it and keep it going.
Yeah, that's why I don't really be talking about it a lot, like right now,
Yeah,
because hold up, because people only really fucking respect it until they see results, and I feel like I'm not at the level where I can be like, look, I did it. You know what I mean? At right now, so
so
I gotta shut up until then.
bro, that's facts. Honestly, I never really told nobody what I was doing. I never told nobody I was this big editor until they actually seen I was editing videos. Then I tell them. I never told nobody, I was gonna make a big move until they actually seen me move. I just kept it on the low until it was actually time for me to, show them.
Hell
And I
yeah,
feel like that kept a lot of people out or kept a lot of haters out and
that's the way. Move in silence.
moving silence. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I gotta wrap it up in 12 minutes because I tutor, so I have a class in 12 minutes.
I
But
bet.
as like a last kind of wrapping up summary thought for people watching, I guess who were you maybe 5 years ago? What's kind of the one thing that you just want to say as like a summarizing message, um, to inspire to whatever you want to say, I guess.
Uh, 5 years ago, I was struggling. Like I remember, me being, that's back then when I used to smoke and I used to do all them extra things. So
Mm.
then, I kind of realized, that wasn't who I was, and then I kind of got into the art thing, and then I found that thing, stuck to it, kept grinding through all them years. I closed myself in, and I kept pushing through everything that life decided to hit me with. Just push through, keep it going. No matter what nobody say, you're gonna have those days where you get thrown off track, or when you want to act up a couple of days. That's gonna come,
Mm.
but just know to bounce right back into the main focus and keep focused and keep doing what you're doing. Sooner or later, you're gonna reach your end goal, and you're gonna be successful at what you do if you truly want it. And write it down, journal.
Hell yeah.
I journal almost every day. Yeah, make sure you write it down, and it'll come true.
That's it. Yeah, bro.
That's
You,
it.
you like went through a phase where you like smoked heaps? Because I did the same shit. I had to stop.
Yeah, smoking. I remember I used to just do a whole bunch of shit. Like I used to be kind of bad, but I
Yeah.
used to do. I used to be terrible, and then yeah, I just stopped. I realized that wasn't who I was, and I just was like, freak it. I ain't got to do this. Why am I hanging out with these people? And
Yeah.
then I just stopped hanging out with them.
Yeah. Did you feel like it was like just an epiphany that you had that you came up with yourself, or do you feel like it was something like an experience that happened that just made you like, oh shit, I shouldn't do this? Or
It was an experience that happened that made me feel like, oh, these people don't have my best interests.
yeah, true. Mine was weird
So
because like I just did a fucking um like I had a acid experience, and then after that I
mm,
was like, oh like, and I couldn't like I just could like I physically could not smoke after that because I was just fucking
hmm
like just wigging out. I don't know.
nah, I see what yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that. I don't really, you know. I feel like that made me who I am today, so I ain't really tripping on it.
Exactly, exactly. I might not be here right now if it wasn't for that experience, you know?
Thanks. I might not be editing for this dude if it wasn't for that.
Exactly,
Or
exactly.
yeah, that's why I'm thankful for all the experiences that I had in the past, no
100%.
matter good or bad.